Hey, it's Todd with Defense and Safety. So I have a new knife that I want to show you. I just got it in. I've been playing with it for about a half hour, and I thought I'd do an initial review. So I'll give you a hint. It's one of these knives. All of these knives have been reviewed on my channel, with the exception of the one I'm going to show you. So starting from the right, this is my most recent review, which is an Allen Elishewitz designed Hogue EX01 awesome knife. Here is my oldest tactical folder, which is a Benchmade striker design, Allen Elishewitz design. So you've got two Tanto blades. Of course, everyone recognizes this Paramilitary 2 and the Benchmade Griptilian. Almost everyone has one or both of these in their collection, and of course the Zero Tolerance 350. So it's probably deductive reasoning has brought you that this is the knife I'll be reviewing. What's great about this knife is that it has some things in common with many of the knives here. In particular, these two. This is an Allen Elishewitz design knife. This is the Protech Doru, and what's really great about it, as you can probably tell, is it's a left-handed version. It's the automatic in left hand. Also, what's interesting, I think, about this is very similar to this Elishewitz with the kind of harpoon swedge. This too has a little bit of that going on right here, which I like. It's kind of a modified sheepfoot. Most common knife shape I have is this Mel Pardue design full-size Griptilian. They're almost identical. This is slightly longer, but in general, for a, oops, sorry, didn't realize I was out of screen. The most similar in size and shape. That swedge kind of on the top you can see, and a little bit here on this one. Very similar in size. This is actually a little bit shorter overall length, but a little bit more blade. It's a little more efficient in its use. As you can tell, the blade is stone-washed on the bottom, and on the flats it's just looks like brushed, or not sure. It's an aluminum handle. It is 154 cm, which is interesting. As far as I know, Allen works or prefers it, because this is 154 cm. This is ATS 34, which is the precursor, the Japanese version of 154 cm, or actually this is the Japanese version of ATS 34. And so this is, and obviously this Benchmade is. I thought it was interesting to compare these, not so much the Elishewitz design, because they're pretty different knives, but probably the most common knives that people would compare this to are these. These are all kind of in that 3.5 inch. And as I said, the Griptilian is very, very similar shape and design. This is also, you're getting kind of the same knife. It's about the same blade length, cutting edge, even though this is a little stubbier, but you got the more belly. And this is probably the shortest of them all. As you can see, it's not quite stacking up to it, and the handle is much, much longer. But the one thing I find interesting are some of the laws in the United States. When you consider these four knives and the user's ability to deploy them. Obviously, Griptilian with the axis lock, super easy to deploy, either using the axis lock or with your thumb. Very fast. Obviously a speed assist, zero tolerance, very fast, very easy to deploy. Spyderco can be used with a thumb, can also be used with the Spidey flick, very, very fast. And I would say on par with the speed that this can be deployed. Pulling this out of your pocket, or any of these other three, the deployment, the ability to have the blade out and ready to use, to me, is, we're talking tenths of a second here. And between really, I mean, when you look at the speed at which any of these can be opened is, I'd be hard pressed that a normal person on the street would not. As a matter of fact, I know I was in a knife maker's shop, I guess, and I opened this knife, and the woman said, "Is that an automatic?" And all I did was that. So, any normal person is going to think this is an automatic. They're going to think this is an automatic, and they're going to think this is an automatic. So what's the difference between this blade and these blades? It's an archaic law in the U.S. books, some of these knife laws, and this particular one against automatics is ridiculous. You certainly can't hurt someone more with an automatic than you can with any of these knives. You're not more dangerous with this than you are with these, or an Emerson that waves open. You're literally pulling it out and it's open. And most laws allow you to carry a fixed blade. So you're even carrying a larger, more lethal blade right on your belt. So it is a little ridiculous, but I really wanted this knife because I kind of have a left-hand knife fetish. So for dedicated left-hand knives, I have now I have the Protech Doru. I have the Emerson CQC 7, which is a dedicated left-hand, and I have the Spyderco Military, which is also a left-hand only knife. So I'm kind of on the hunt for more dedicated left-hand knives that I like. But I wanted an automatic, and I actually just stumbled upon the fact that they make this. Of course, they make it in right hand. They make this version, they make a partially serrated that looks just like this, and they make their tactical, which has some jimping here and here, and the blade is black, and that's semi-serrated. But at the knife show, Protech was there, and I talked to them, and they said they'd be happy to make this same knife with the black plain edge with the tactical handle. So, I may consider getting that as well, just because it would be cool to own it, and just another knife to own, I guess. But anyway, I just thought I would show this to you guys. I think as a knife goes, it's an aluminum handle. It's, as you can see, very ergonomic. It fits really nice in the hand in this harpoon swedge shelf here, kind of thumb rest, really nice. It's it's like it's a flat grind from the halfway down. It's not a hollow grind, I can tell. No. So, very nice. Came razor sharp. All I did was strop it, and it is as sharp as any knife that I've had sharpened. So it's nice. I've noticed a lot of knives that I've been buying new lately are coming very well sharpened. Even this Emerson brand new was very sharp, even being a single-sided chisel grind. But I'll tell you, if you do not own a Strop, and I'll show you the one that I have, and this is the one from Knives Plus. This one here, it's just green leather. It's got the stropping compound. You can get it right here at Knives Plus online. If you live in California and you order it online, they will send you an email saying they will not ship to California, and they send some long documents about some knife seller that got sued for selling knives in court or whatever. And then I called them and said, hey, I'm just ordering a Strop, and they mailed it to me. So, but all I do is when I get a new knife is I just take it and I lightly draw it down, probably about 10 strokes on each side, and then I'll start doing some alternating of like 2 or 3, and then just wipe it off. Sometimes if it's a black blade, you'll see a little of the kind of like a chalky green, this stropping compound that comes off of it. And I just keep it back in the bag. I think maybe it won't dry out as fast, but I don't think that really affects it. And they say if it dries out, you just take some olive oil and rub it into it. So, but it makes a huge difference. Huge difference. I would say the blade, and I've said this before, I think the blade feels 25% sharper. If you get a good sharp blade right out of the box and you strop it, it's just that much sharper. Because they're not stropping blades at the factory, most likely. So anyway, it's got a nice grip. It is, an all aluminum handle, which most Protech knives are. Most automatics are. It's just got the one button, which obviously holds the blade in the lock position, closed, and then when it's open, that locks the blade. And it's rock solid, no movement left or right or up and down. You press the button to fold it back shut. Blade centering, if you can see that. It's perfect. If you can see it, yeah, there you can. It's perfectly centered. Everything's nice. The one thing I don't like about it, and I got to play with it, this clip is so tight I couldn't even get it into my jeans. I pulled on a little. I haven't tried it again. But it does come with a nice little sheath. Protech sheath. So if you want to carry it on your belt, it just fits right in there. It's nice. Alright, so I just wanted to give this quick little overview, I guess. I'll call it a review, but it's really more of an overview of the Elishewitz designed Protech left-handed Doru automatic knife in 154 cm with aluminum black handles and stonewash blade. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please do, and if you like my videos, please hit the like button. Thanks.